welcome back to the Human Talent channel. This is Stella Bella. Today I'm going to be showing you my daily makeup routine. Now usually I don't really like to wear makeup, especially if I'm at home. I always like to give a chance for my skin to breathe. But if I'm going out, pretty much just running errands for the day or going to work or things like that, then I have a very light daily makeup routine that I follow. So this is the routine that I have when I don't have performances and I'm not going out to anywhere fancy or special, and I'm just basically going in and out of the house running errands for the day. Okay, so first of all, we'll get our hair out of our face. Now for a very light daily wear makeup routine, I don't usually put a primer on. I usually just put moisturizer on underneath. But if I am planning on going out running errands all day and I want the makeup to last, then I'll use a primer. My favorite primer at the moment is the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer, and also the Marc Jacobs Blurring Coconut Face Primer. And look at that, it's like a nice milky sort of texture. Okay, so I'll just put a primer on today just to show you, but like I said, normally I don't put a primer on unless I am actually wearing like full-on makeup and I'm going out like in the evening or performing or something like that. And I'll put one on today just to show you. Okay, and it actually makes your skin feel quite moisturized as well. So that's really good. And I sometimes use the Blurring Coconut Primer. I'll just squeeze a little bit. And this one is a little bit of a silicone based one and fills in the gaps. Now, if you've got wrinkles or blemishes or uneven skin, this is really good to sort of fill that out. Otherwise, it just creates a bit of a blurring effect on your face. Sometimes you can wear this without any foundation or any other makeup on top, and it'll still make your skin look amazing. As soon as I put this one on, it instantly smooths out your skin. After the primer, I'll go with something quite light. I don't usually wear foundation for my daily wear because I find that it's a little bit too thick and I like to make sure my skin breathes. So I normally go for BB cream. So BB cream is just basically a tinted moisturizer that has a little bit more nutrients, a little bit more vitamins than your normal sort of tinted moisturizer. So my go-to are these two. The Garnier Skin Natural BB Cream Plus Blur Beyond Flawless Skin Miracle Skin Protector. Or I use the Maybelline Dream Matte BB Cream, which already has its own built-in primer a little bit. And it's also got SPF 15, which is super important. So both of these are really good. I find that this one can dry out my skin a little bit, the matte one, because it does have salicylic acid in it. So I either add this directly onto my skin or I will put it in the back here just for funsies, and I'll get a foundation brush. I'll get a foundation brush and just dab a little bit like that. And I'll work that all around my face. I find that having a brush just makes it a little bit more even. It's a very quick and light once over. That's what I love BB cream, is just that it's so light, it's easy. I don't have to worry about it blending because it's essentially just a moisturizer. So now once that's done, I will go in with concealer to just cover up any blemishes as necessary. My go-to is the Tarte Shape Tape. Now this is super popular amongst everyone because it is amazing. It provides pretty much full coverage, it's lightweight, it's buildable, it lasts all day, it doesn't crease either. So super handy, usually anywhere that's a little bit darker. And here is where I'll go in with a blending sponge and just blend that in. You do have to act quick because it can dry out quite quickly. Sure, we're contouring upwards around the eyes. Any sort of major blemishes, I'll also use a flat brush and then just quickly go over it. A flat brush generally covers blemishes a lot better. I also love this Benefit because it's French, Buoyant Cakeless Concealer for under the eyes. I got it in a lighter shade and I just find that for the eyes, it just blends really well with everything else compared to just using the shape tape, because I think this is a little bit of a creamier texture, which is great for under the eyes because that skin there is a little bit more delicate and it just blends in a little bit better. and doesn't dry as quickly. So I love using this one for under the eyes especially. And that is done. I just feel like eyebrows should always be one of the last ones to get done, so I'm gonna put powder on first. Now because it is a daily wear one, I only wear very light powder just to set everything. And my favorite go-to one is this brand here. It's a Korean brand. It's a Korean brand called Innisfree, and it's amazing. It is like the best powder ever. It's got minerals in it. It's very lightweight, makes your skin super soft and smooth and matte after it. So this is my go-to one for a very light, gentle powder. Otherwise, I also like this Airspun loose powder. This one is not as light as this one, but I find it lasts a little bit longer. So even though they're both translucent, this one does leave more of a white haze. And I think because it's a Korean brand where I think skin whitening and all of that is quite prevalent, I feel like this is the aim, is to create more of a paler complexion. Whereas this one, even though it's slightly heavier, it does stick to your natural complexions a little bit more. But today, let's use this one because I do want a lighter feel. So it comes with a little powder pad here, and I'll just tap a little. Only because it's coming to the end of the thing. Like, if this was full, I'll just be doing like a very, very light tap. Just dab it on there, and I'll go under the eyes first. Wherever your skin is particularly oily, I will go in a little bit more. So around your T-zone especially. And it seems like there's a lot just because of the whiteness of it, but it's actually only dabbed a little bit of it. But like I said, it's supposed to be translucent, but it has that white sort of hue to it, just to brush the excess off. Now usually if I choose to use this powder, knowing that it's going to make my complexion so much paler, I'll add a little bit of contouring in. If I use the other one, so if I use this Airspun one, generally I don't need to do it or do too much of it. This one I do, unless I want a sort of a pale ghostly look. Okay, so actually no, let's do the eyebrows first. Some people start their makeup with the eyebrows already done. I don't know if they're just trying to fool us into thinking that they woke up like that, or it's just because without eyebrows we all look a little bit weird. So I usually leave my eyebrows to one of the last steps. And because the rest of my makeup is quite natural, I don't want to go too hard with the eyebrows, because it always looks a bit funny when your eyebrows are super dark and super straight and super immaculate, but then the rest of your face is just kind of chill. Okay, so for my eyebrows, I use the Benefit Brow Styler, which has a tapered wax pencil side, okay, which is the thinner side, and then on the other side, the wider bottom, is actually the eyebrow powder. So that's actually pretty cool. So I'm just gonna go in where my eyebrows are and just, this is literally, like, some people like to stencil it. Some people spend like forever on their eyebrows. I mean, eyebrows do shape your face a lot, but I don't know, I just don't have time to spend making sure they're perfect. I mean, the whole point of this sort of daily wear makeup is so that it's quick and convenient. Done. And then if I want, I can go over it with powder, but that was just with the wax pencil, and I feel like that's enough. If I go over it with powder, it'll end up looking a little bit too much. Next is some light contouring. Now, my go-to everyday contouring, if I do it, is the Sephora Snow Glow. This pretty much has 4-in-1, so it has everything you need, and as you can see, I've kind of sort of used it to death. That's why it's a little bit old looking. But it's got a blush, it's got 2 types of highlighters, and a bronzer. So this is the one that I sort of go to if I'm in a hurry. Otherwise, if I'm just using a bronzer, just to give myself some quick contouring, I will use the Marc Jacobs one. This is the Omega Bronze Coconut Perfect Tan. To be honest though, none of the coconut range actually smells like coconut. So, I mean, maybe it's just because it's white, so it's designed coconutty, but I don't smell any coconut at all. But it is another sleek design, very sophisticated, and again, a little bit goes a long, long way. This is in Tantastic. I'm not sure what it looks like. Very nice, very beautiful. So this is great for light contouring of the face. So Get yourself a contour brush, and I just go over it very lightly like that, and then just very lightly under my cheekbones. And this is in real time too, because I don't like spending too much time. This is actually taking a lot longer than it normally does. Normally it takes me like 5 minutes to get all of this stuff on, and probably putting more stuff on here than putting more stuff on my face than I normally would. Then I'll just go in very quickly, even that out. Some people like to put all of their contouring stuff on first, so their blush, highlighter, bronzer, all of that on first, then blend it out all together. But personally, I like to do it separately just so I can see the difference, and I'm not sort of mixing everything all together too. Now for the blush and highlighter, I like to use the same brush for the blush, just because nowadays we're trying to get that lifted look. So rather than using a round brush and just using it for the cheeks, like for the apple of our cheeks, we want to brush upwards. Swipe up here, swipe up, and then I'll use this little fan brush, bridge of the nose like that. Again, nothing that specific or complicated. Again, nothing that crazy or complicated, because it is a daily wear sort of deal. It just needs to be fast and effective, for me anyway. Usually I like to wear like tinted lip balm or just light lip coloring. So I'm just going to use a tinted one today. I love the tinted stuff because you don't have to be that specific with it. You pretty much just put it on, rub it around, and it evens itself out. Obviously, if you want something that lasts for a little bit longer for the day, you can wear more long coverage lipstick, but I find the tinted ones are lightweight, easy to use, not too complicated, and I'm ready to go. And it looks a bit more natural for a daily wear look. And done. This is pretty much my daily wear makeup look done. And I'm ready to go out, attack the day, do whatever I need to. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't look heavy, it's just light and can be worn all day through to the night. And most importantly, it doesn't feel like it's clogging up my skin at all, because all my products that I use are very light and minimum. Like I said, today I've actually used a little bit more than I normally would, just to show you sort of the most extreme that I would go if I was going out to somewhere in particular for the entire day. So hopefully you found that useful today. Thank you so much for listening. If you've got any questions, please make sure you comment down below, and make sure you follow all of our Hubin channels on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. And also make sure to follow my social media. My Instagram and TikTok is stellabella.au. I would love to see you there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.